millions of people were basically getting free online education through our platform. Because the internet was still young, I saw that there's an opportunity to make an impact, to build something. They say software is eating the world. It's there in everything. So everybody's carrying a computer in their pocket. And I realized that the work that Ekal was doing was immensely impactful. Time to me is about balance. And you balance what is important to you. That's the common theme, that don't waste money doing marketing and this and that. Is going to speak let the work and the impact.
Hello and welcome to our special show Spotlight. I am Soumya Agrawal and you're watching Ekal Bharat. Earlier in our episodes, we used to bring you such personalities who is working tirelessly for the development of our country, but from India. Today, we bring you one such personality who is working for the development of our nation, but from outside of India. He is none other than Mr. Bhatia. Sir, I would like to start the conversation and I like to ask you about your past life. So, what was your childhood like? And where did you study? And then you moved to US. So, how did you move to US? Can you tell our viewers a little about that?
I grew up in Delhi, studying here in modern school Bharat Road. And from a very early age, I had a passion for computer science. I think the introduction of computer science in my school, that really, I would say, that changed my life. So I developed a big passion for that. After that, went on to do my computer engineering, and then went to the US to do my master's at USC.
So you did your bachelor's from Delhi itself?
From Pune.
From Pune,
Yeah.
okay.
Did my engineering from Pune. And after that, worked for a little while, then went to USC to do a master's in computer science.
Okay, so you completed your master's from USA. And then after completing your master's, what did you do? Like, did you start a job? I mean, did you start working in a job, or did you open up your own business? So what did you do?
Yeah, so I started work over there, took up a job in computer networks, doing some research and simulation work. After that, I had the entrepreneur bug, and I thought that's where I can make the biggest impact. So started my own company, started building learning products. So we started a product for online quizzes, so called ProProfs. It was kind of when YouTube came around. So YouTube kind of became like a video on any topic you could find. So we started the platform which could test people on any topic. So user-generated content in quizzes and assessments in 70 plus languages across millions of topics. So, millions of people were basically getting free online education through our platform called ProProfs.
So I would like to ask this question. You said that you worked a job first, right? And then you opened up your own company. So you might have faced a lot of struggles in that time also, like leaving the job, and then, or like, did you face any struggle or not? Because I'm curious to know that you left your entire job and then you switched to being an entrepreneur. So that is a big step, right? So like, what was the thinking you had that you have to leave the job and you have to do something of your own?
I think for me it came very organically, because I saw my father has been an entrepreneur, so it came very organically to me, and I think I saw the opportunity because the internet was still young. I saw that there's an opportunity to make an impact, to build something, and the internet was still kind of getting on to new concepts. Like today we take social media for granted, but back then it was new. So the entire idea of bringing in knowledge across the world from different people, across different languages, providing them one platform and then dispersing it back, that seemed like really something very impactful and cool to me. So I think it is the passion for the idea, and even now it's the love for software that kind of powers me and my entire organization. It's, we have this belief that software should make people happy.
Right.
So, building good, delightful products and getting it out there, and there's a passion for that.
Plus, people have been more friendly to technology now, so that might be a plus point for you, right?
Yes. I mean, today, it's, they say software is eating the world. It's there in everything. So everybody's carrying a computer in their pocket.
Yeah, exactly. So, like you said that, okay, you have a very well-running business right now, but you have also joined social service. Like you have been a part of Ekal since a long time. So I want to ask you this question: how did you come to know about Ekal? And how did you join? What is your role or responsibility, or how do you work in Ekal?
Sure. So I remember reading about Ekal, and I read about it because there was a gentleman who's a thought leader in analytics. He held a very senior position at Google, Avinash Kaushik. He wrote a book, and on his blog or in the book, he had mentioned something about Ekal. And then I checked out the organization because I got intrigued by it. And I realized that the work that Ekal was doing was immensely impactful. They were reaching out to, I would say, complete rural, the poorest of the poor, the people who need the most help. And just doing amazing, fantastic work, and with a very minimal overhead. So for every dollar that you're giving, you know that most of it is reaching the people in need and not getting lost in overheads and administration.
Yeah, it's transparent. Everything work is transparent.
I think the work is all in education, which to me, I mean, that's the best gift you can give anybody. Is that's how you empower people. That's how you really truly create an impact. So I got really impressed by that. So yeah, just how I got involved. Started by sponsoring schools.
So I would like to ask, you said that you know that every dollar you spend goes in the right path, like it's not being misused. How are you so sure about that? Like, is there any way you can monitor what's going on? Like, where is your money going? Or like, is there anything? How are you so sure about it is what I want to ask.
So the overhead is very low. There's a lot of transparency in the process. And you also, I think the biggest thing about an impact is when you actually hear from people, right?
Right.
When they actually tell you, this changed my life.
Yeah.
I got a job because of this. I'm able to do things I was not able to do before. So those pictures, those postcards, those videos, there's that transparency in the impact. And that to me is tremendous.
You have a very busy life. You run a very big business itself in another country, right? But how do you manage time? Because time management is a very big deal. If you don't have time, you have a family, you have friends, you have your business, and you are also in social work. So how do you manage everything? Like, is there any complaints you receive from your family or friends that बहुत busy हो, time नहीं दे रहे हो, something like that? How do you manage your time?
Okay, I think time to me is about balance, and you balance what is important to you, right? So you often hear when it comes to social work, people say that, okay, I don't have time or I don't have money. But I think if it's important to you, it just comes naturally to you. You would always find time for it. Mm-hmm. If you look at the day and all the things you take out time for, it is always what is close to your heart, what is important to you.
Important, right. Okay, there's one more question I'd like to add. You said that you were looking into an article about social service, and that's when you came to know about Ekal. So there might be a lot of other organizations that might have approached you. So are you involved in other organizations as well, or solely in Ekal? And if you are, so what do you think is the difference? What are the differences you notice since like in the working of Ekal and working of other social services? Because we have to agree that there are a lot of other social services, NGOs that's opened up recently or in a long time. Right. But Ekal has a face value. People know Ekal. So is there any difference you see, or something you like a lot about Ekal? Would you like to say something about that?
Yes, absolutely. I think other organizations, so basically, see, for me, education is a cause which is very close to my heart. It's also something we work on through, even my work is in online education space for the corporates. And I'm a believer of the power of education. So most of the causes I support, there are quite a few of them, but they all kind of relate to that common theme that kind of ties all of them together, is always empowerment through education and supporting people in their journey of education. So like my mother runs a non-profit, it's called Ujala. They do fantastic work, very nice work, great work. You go there, it really melts your heart to see the impact they are having. And that's also supporting visually impaired people, getting their education and getting back on their feet. I think what really stood out for me with Ekal was the reach that it has. So, Ekal is huge. People don't realize how big it is because Ekal doesn't market itself.
Right.
They let the work kind of speak. I was asking this when I met everybody here in the Ekal office as well, and that's the common theme, that don't waste money doing marketing and this and that. Is going to speak let the work and the impact speak.
Right.
So I think Ekal has a phenomenal reach, and it has a reach in places in parts of India where other organizations cannot reach.
Right.
And they are able to make an impact where it's most needed. So that to me really stood out, and to be able to do that in a really cost-efficient way, where everything that you're donating is actually reaching the people to whom it makes a difference. I think that to me is something phenomenal. The idea of running these schools for $1 a day, right?
Yeah.
That's $365 is what, 25,000 rupees or something, right?
Yeah, 25,000 for one school. Yeah.
25,000 for one school. I mean, that, for the whole year.
Yeah, exactly.
For the whole year. I think that's an amazing concept. And these are not like fancy schools, but they make an impact where they need to. Everything from teaching the farmer how to, what crops and how to engage in their craft and help them improve in their craft, to giving kids education, teaching, helping women empowerment through, these sewing centers, having these buses that have computer labs in them. So really having that reach, right? They're taking the computer, putting it in a bus, the entire bus is designed as a classroom. I mean, that's really powerful. So very, very powerful, fantastic work. I think my trip here to Ekal, I'm just going back very happy, ear to ear smile on everything that Ekal is doing. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Can I ask you, what year did you join Ekal? Like, since when?
It's been so long, more than 10 years, I don't even remember, yeah.
So you will agree to me that working 10 years back, and it's been 2023. So let's assume that was around 2011 or 12. So that time there was no technology, or I mean not so well versed, right? And there were not a lot of facilities. And even though back then also Ekal did a good job, but now since it's 2023 and technology is like improved, there are a lot of other facilities, good facilities. So what do you think? Like, can you compare how Ekal used to work earlier and the way it is working now? Do you think it's changed, it's improved?
I think improved for sure, impact is bigger for sure. I think the big change that I'm seeing is there seems to be more focus on leveraging technology. And I think that's the direction that should be taken, that needs to be taken, and that's the direction that is being taken. I've been talking to Suresh Ayerji back in Los Angeles. I think he's involved with the e-Siksha initiative, and how to kind of help with that. And I think that initiative has a lot of potential.
So it might make you feel happy, right? Like you're a part of such a big organization. So that might make you feel happy, because obviously if I'm investing in something, if I'm donating in something and it's doing good, that means it makes you happy. So, I mean, what I wanted to ask is, do you, so like our generation or youth nowadays is very busy. They think that they're like self-occupied. They don't want to, participate in other things or talk to other people or do social service in general. So is there anything you would like to say them that, how social service or how even contributing $1 can make a big impact in the people living in rural parts or people like poor people? Is there any message you would like to give them?
Yes, absolutely. I think one should help wherever one can help. It's the most fulfilling thing one can do. And I think one of the good ways to get involved is to get involved with organizations like Ekal and visit them and see what they're doing. I think when one can actually experience the impact, then it just becomes something. You don't need to tell somebody what to do then. I think one can just experience it, and when you experience it, you automatically get involved. It's, like today, being on a live call with one of the centers, talking to some of the kids, and the smile on their face, and them telling us their own, experience. And this is like complete impromptu. We just kind of, zoomed in and had a conversation based on what we saw was going on in the camera. That was just so powerful. So I think get involved with something and just go out there and see what's out there and experience it.
Okay. So this was a very good message. I would like to add one more question. After seeing you, has your friends or your family or relative also joined this, and have they also took us? I mean, have they also taken a step forward for social service or donating?
See, I can speak for my immediate family, and my kids, even though they are young, they are involved.
Ekal organizes a lot of programs, awareness programs, or a lot of trips like Van Yatra, or there is an event called Kumbh. So, have you ever participated in anything as such? Have you ever been there, or like, do you plan to be there? What is it?
I plan to be there for sure. I learned about these two today, and I look forward to doing that on my next trip.
Yeah, because it's very fun. Because you get to see. You are donating, you are seeing everything via phones or on screen. But I think getting to experience something on field and then seeing how it's working is extremely, tremendous.
So I learned about the Van Yatra and Kumbh, today, and we couldn't fit it in today in this trip. But I'm really looking forward to doing that next time. I think when you are actually out there in the field, you're talking to people and you can see it, experience it. It's a different experience as opposed to seeing it over Google Meet or Zoom and experiencing it remotely. Then you can kind of touch and feel things and really be there.
You can get to know the experiences of the people, how their lives are changing.
Have deeper conversations.
Yeah.
So.
Connect on a personal level.
Yes.
In general, yeah. Thank you so much, Sameer sir, for being here today. It was extremely nice to talking to you, and I hope that you experience Ekal, like how Ekal is working on ground level, and I'll have a conversation with you next time, and I'll get to know more about you and how your experience has been till.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a pleasure and a privilege. Thank you.
This was Mr. Sameer Bhatia, who has taken an initiation for the development of our nation through Ekal. Stay tuned, and we'll bring you more such guests who has dedicated their life for the development of our nation.